Yeah, welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Chad shuts its border with Nigeria amid fears of US troop invasion. The Chadian government has reportedly announced an immediate closure of its border with Nigeria, citing heightened security concerns and intelligence reports of possible militant infiltration from northern Nigeria. Military sources in N'Djamena confirmed on Monday that President Muhammad Idris Deby Itno ordered a military lockdown on the Nigerian border following reports that armed groups were planning to cross into Chad. According to regional security analyst Zagazola Makama, Chadian troops have been deployed along key border corridors, backed by armored vehicles and area reconnaissance units to prevent infiltration. Chadian troops and armored vehicles have been deployed to critical roads from Nigeria, and all units are now at full readiness, Makama reported. President Deby was quoted as warning that no armed group or foreign force will be allowed to enter Chadian soil under any disguise. Rumors of US forces movement heighten tension. Nigeria News reports that the border closure follows growing tensions across the Sahel and West Africa amid rumors of US military movements in the region. While no official statement has been issued from Washington, speculation about America's alleged repositioning of troops in parts of West Africa has sparked diplomatic unease and security responses from several regional governments. Security experts describe Chad's border closure as a preventive measure designed to protect its territory from potential spillovers of regional instability. Chad's latest action comes amid renewed militant activity across Lake Chad Basin countries and shifting alliances following military takeovers in neighboring Niger and Burkina Faso. With the Nigerian border now closed, movement between the two countries has been temporarily suspended. Meanwhile, cross-border traders and transport operators have been advised to remain patient pending further directive from the Chadian authority. Yes, who will not protect his own territory? Knowing fully well that the antecedents of the United States in all those countries of their particular concern that they went for intervention has always, resulted into some negative, effect or sweet sorrow experience even for the people of such countries. You will just realize that as much as they fight the so-called security, the natural resources in quote now of those countries are also being depleted, and the people will still remain purportedly in abject poverty, and that doesn't all go well. Because if you go to, for example, the Libya of Gaddafi era and you compare to the Libya of today, you want to cry for the people of Libya because some of the good things of life they were enjoying then, you can't compare now that they have democracy, even then when they had a military rulership. And you see, the same thing goes for Egypt, the same thing goes for Algeria, and even Tunisia, where all those places where powers, were changed by force due to the, ripple effect of what they call the Arab Spring. Then, to a large extent, their lives has not been the same again. In the name of trying to take out all dictators and all over the place, then you begin to cause unnecessary economic problem, woes and setback even to all those nations. So nobody is going to blame Chad even for blocking, because closure of Chad's border has its own positive effect as regards nowhere to run for all the terrorists or people who are really, really, non-state actors in Nigeria. That is very, very good. And of course, for Chad too, to protect its sovereign soil against the invasion of so-called international, powers intervention in the West African region. They wouldn't want to lose anything, even though there's a French-speaking country whose influence is from France, and even as a president is a military rule that is in there. They are even saying no to France. If US is now trying to bring head into Nigeria, they may want to find a way even into Niger. Maybe that's what Niger is trying to, you know, prevent or avoid. But be it as it may, it has every right to protect their in the regional regions and their territories, and to make sure that things don't get worse for them because of the infiltration of the non-state actors that are from neighboring country. If they can be doing such evil thing in Nigeria, just imagine too, because if true to it that the USA is coming into Nigeria, these terrorists will want to run. That's just the truth. And where will they run to? Neighboring countries. And if they now go into a place like Niger, whose population is not as much as that of Nigeria, I want to imagine how many number of lives these people will have claimed out of the meager, population of the country compared to Nigeria. I think the president has done well just to block. But then other, analysts will want to say that today dey break. He never know say suppose to don lock the place long before when Nigeria dey fight these people, so that on a regional basis they go fight together and all these things. Sometimes the way we behave in Africa too, we may want to be blaming the foreign powers, but we realize that even those who are within our region too are in the business of milking the nation. you know but now, if they are going to block the border, it's going to have a lot of ripple effect. Like I said, it might be a positive one in terms of making sure there is nowhere to run for these insurgents or terrorists. And the other aspect of it is the economic woe that will even come, because those who are having trans-border business will have to wait, because there's going to be temporary closure. It's going to affect the business of those people, the economy around the borders, villages or cities there. And then at the end of the day, who knows how will the people survive? And I think they will have to find a way around that one. Be it as it may, I think Nigeria should roll up its sleeves and secure the entire country. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.